Hello, class and instructor. As you know, I'm doing a segment on red tide. There's been a recent controversy whether humans are to blame for red tide. Red tide has raised many flags this past year, especially with locals living nearby. Not only has red tide caused issues for animals and businesses, but it has even become a political issue. According to Michael Crosby, Floridians are demanding a change in political party. Locals are blaming government for red tide when in fact red tide is a natural occurrence that happens every year. It just so happened that this past year it has gotten significantly worse and lasted a lot longer than it should have. Floridians have even gone as far as to call Governor Rick Scott Red Tide Rick. So why is it that the controversy is now getting out of hand and causing issues with politicians? I will tell you, locals are looking for someone to blame because scientists do not have answers as to why red tide occurs, what causes it, or even how to stop it. The effects of red tide is putting businesses in a lousy situation, costing Manatee County $4.4 million in business loss because they had to close down until further notice. That is a lot of money to lose. Personally, I do not blame the government alone for red tide. After doing consistent research on this topic, I have learned that humanity is partly to blame by contaminating the waters. But it's not only factories that are contaminating the waters, it is all of us. And we fail to realize this. So instead of accepting our flaws and taking actions for contributing, we blame others. Scientists are doing many studies to find a way to help control red tide when it is in bloom. The opposing argument argues that the red tide can save lives. I understand that it has shown some promising results with cystic fibrosis. However, that does not change the fact that red tide is killing thousands of animals every day. To give you an idea, we lost 22 bottlenose dolphins, thousands of fish, including a whale shark. The red tide is also killing off the endangered turtle species. The smell of the carcasses has caused a complete devastation to the community. Something has to be done to control the red tide. Overall, the benefits are few, and the disadvantage is the problem. And red tide has become the nuisance that is taking over the west coast of Florida. We as a community need to band together to help lessen the effects of red tide by cleaning up the pollution in the waters and letting scientists do their part to ridding the effects of red tide. So my solution is this. When scientists do find a way to filter the red tide out of the ocean waters, they can still do their studies on red tide for cystic fibrosis by taking samples they need after the red tide is removed. It would be a win for both sides. Thank you.